The fire did some heavy damage to an old Victorian in San Francisco's Castro district. The two-unit residential building on Sanchez Street had been identified by police in the past as a drug den, and its owner sued by the city. KPI X5 Susie Steimle talked to the man whose property the neighbors call a nuisance. Susie?
Well, Alan, Joel Elliott, the homeowner here, tells me he was just trying to do the right thing, and he often invited the homeless in to stay here. But police often found illicit drugs on the property, and neighbors call this an accident waiting to happen. Black smoke enveloped this three-story Victorian in the Castro, cutting access to the street, forcing neighbors to the curb, and gutting everything inside.
This was really hard-nosed, just down and dirty, good firefighting, old-fashioned firefighting.
But it sure took a long time, and I sat and watched my house go up in flames.
Joel Elliott is at odds with the city once again. Arson investigators were at 519 Sanchez all day long, trying to determine if this fire was set intentionally. Are you suspicious this is arson?
Yes, I am.
This house has got a history of trouble.
Joel Elliott was in the middle of being forced out of his home. The city sued him, accused of running a drug den here, and won a judgment for $1.7 million in 2016. Police raided this home multiple times, finding methamphetamines and other illicit drugs. The city attorney calls it a lawless neighborhood nuisance.
I say that that is a very deep misunderstanding, that I helped people who were homeless, I helped people who had drug addictions and so on.
Unable to pay the $1.7 million, Joel filed for bankruptcy. The bankruptcy court was forcing him to leave, but allowing him to go back in to collect his belongings, something he'll no longer be able to do.
It's devastating. I lived in that house for 22 years, and all of my things are in there.
Firefighters say the flames spread fast and furious. They say it's lucky this didn't happen overnight.
Had this fire occurred at 3 in the morning, it would have been a completely different story.
The city is still owed that $1.7 million. The plan was to have the bankruptcy court sell this house and give that money to the city. It's unclear right now how the fire will impact that process. We're live in San Francisco. Susie Steimle, KPI X5.